Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a belt.
I've been saying this for how long now?
I can't step outside naked.
We jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to hump and something.
Ah!
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it. And it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, my nigga.
They used to listen to FM, but they played the same old
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Good morning,
Yeah.
America. Hi, Scotty.
Good morning.
So I always feel like I have to not be as loud when I do my intro, as if you're not plugged into your phone and your entire house is going to be woke up by me. It's true.
You're supposed to be waking everybody up.
It's true. It's Wake and Make America Safer at Home, by the way. Scotty pimping in the pimp cave, the pimp dome. I think if you call yourself a pimp and you can fit dome in there at the same time, you've accomplished something. So the pimp dome.
Okay.
You get where you kind of see where I'm leaning with this? Yeah. I mean, it seems probable.
I see.
That pimp dome is a probable word for success.
If you can say it right.
So the Pimp Dome wants to give full disclosure this morning.
I just want to give you full disclosure.
I kind of changed my Friday from Fried Up Friday to Fuck Around Friday. I didn't read any of our programming.
Great. So just like every other day, right? No, I'm just playing.
So wish me luck.
He's like that just said a lot about this show because
Scotty,
he yells "wish me luck" right as I say so like every day, right?
Well, Scotty, I didn't either. If that makes you feel better, I had my grandson.
Hey,
don't you Toby this situation?
Priorities, okay?
She doesn't.
I'm using my grandson in this moment.
Shameful, I tell you. I do the same thing though, so that tells you a lot about me. Look, he's got his pimp mug. I dropped off the pimp mug yesterday.
Ooh, them fluids in that pimp mug.
I had to though, man. I was like, I just can't watch Scotty just use any random mug on this show. He needs his pimp mug back.
Scotty, we got our ugly sweaters on today.
By the way, here's my sweater.
Pickle Rick.
Yeah. I got it. Candy, you got to show me yours here in a little bit.
My shirt yells on Pickle Rick.
And I'll show you
That's
mine.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Here, stand up.
Happy little trees. Happy little trees.
Oh, yeah.
She's got the light up. She's got the light up Bob Ross sweater. That says "Happy Little Trees." Now, the kids helped me pick that out, and let me tell you, they were the ones that came with the underlining joke. They were like, "Look, for Mama Cammy, check this out," and I was like, "Oh, I see what y'all did there, though. I see what y'all did there, though, with the Happy Little Trees. Y'all are at the time. I think they were like they're all still in high school, but I think one of them was in 8th grade because I think we just got didn't we just get these last year? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of them was in 8th grade, and I think Kevin had just been only graduated for like a year last year, if I remember right, a year or so. But anyway, but yeah, it was just funny. It was like Happy Little Trees, and I was just like, "Oh, I see what y'all did there, though. Okay, I get you. I got you." And then so Scotty's shirt says, "What does your shirt say, Scotty?"
Feliz Navidad, puntos.
I thought it said Feliz Navidad POTUS. I was like, why are you telling the president Merry Christmas? And he's like, no, Trey.
I want everybody to have a Merry Christmas, Trey.
It's that mirrored view. It messes me up. So let's get to this because I want to get right into our Dear Wake and Bake fan letter. But before we can, we got to hit a couple of news notes. First and foremost, I think right under by just 45 people or so. Nearly another 3,000 people lost their lives just yesterday alone after America's record-setting day on Wednesday. It does look to see that while while the death rate is on a spike, I will tell you that new cases is kind of humping out around 225 to 250,000 people a day, which is, I mean, guys, we're talking about 1 million people every 4 days. That's insane. So while I say that we're topping, we're kind of rolling off the top here. It looks like it could spike again, but so far it looks like it's rolling off the top. But guess what's going to happen starting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week? You're going to start seeing the results of Thanksgiving.
Yep, all the family is coming together.
So more and more COVID problems are going to hit America. And this, of course, just as I'm watching Australia, who has now abandoned their COVID vaccine after it produced, you ready for this, Scotty? False negative HIV test.
What?
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, I know you heard me. Yeah.
Wow.
I was reading an article literally this morning from the Associated Press that says that Australia abandoned their vaccine after it produced false positives for HIV. Australian researchers say they had to abandon the development of the potential virus vaccine because while they were able to do some positive things with the vaccine, patients were going in for their regularly scheduled HIV test because in other countries that's actually a good thing, and they were tested positive for AIDS and thought they had AIDS. Like, what the hell? I ain't screwed anybody. My wife's gonna kill me because of you.
Yeah, right.
So in other news, and this one very sad, but hey, you gonna come off that bread, Smokey. What you gonna do about it, Smokey? Who's that, Scotty? We got about $200, Craig. Well, I got about $200, Smokey.
What you got on my 40?
Yeah. So Tommy, a.k.a. Tiny Lister, the former professional heavyweight wrestler who was known for his bullying character as Debo on what is probably one of the most iconic movies of our teenage years. It came out, I think, my ninth grade, the summer before ninth grade for me is when it came out, I believe. But, so you guys would have still been in junior high when it came out because you guys are a couple of years younger or a grade behind me. But you were. But so
I'm not pointing that out to nobody.
I was because I don't care. No, so no, he died he just died yesterday afternoon at the age of 62. Sad to report. His representative his representative and family said that he was found in his Marino Del Rey home in California unconscious on Thursday afternoon and was pronounced dead at the scene. According to his family and specialists, he was diagnosed with COVID-19 earlier this year, and for all intents and purposes, the family thought they had overcome the virus. But he recently became sick about a week ago, had trouble breathing, and his cause of death has not been released, so we're not going to blame Corona. But this screams as a potential. He could be one of the more marquee or high-profile second infection deaths should that come to fruition, as far as the evidence says. Now, again, speculation. I have no evidentiary proof of this yet. I'll get more for you next week when I get more information. Next headline. Then we got a couple. Actually, yeah, this is the last one. Last headline. So, you guys know that I've been tracking the Hong Kong crackdown by China, the media crackdown, the communist, fascist, whatever-less way of Hong Kong, because they call themselves communists. But I'm like, what's the difference between you and a fascist except your political name? So there's a lot, actually. If you look at the doctrine of both sides, there's actually a lot of difference. Just to be fair to America, there is actually a lot of difference. Yeah. But in my eyes, I see no difference in an extremist to an extremist. I don't care if I agree with half of your extremism. I don't agree with the other half for a reason. It's extremism. So anyway, I've been tracking the Hong Kong crackdown on protesters and media. Well, recently, media tycoon Jimmy Lai was arrested and becomes the first high-profile and most prominent person to be charged under China's national security law as a media tycoon. This as Beijing cracks down harder on Hong Kong as they try to remove Hong Kongians' rights to democracy. Also, worse off, they're charging him with a very controversial national security law that basically says if you talk bad about us, we can charge you with a crime against the state. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know what to say to that.
My ears just stopped ringing from that rip.
Right?
My bad, Trey.
It's cool. I forgive you. So that's all I got for the headlines breaking going into the weekend.
Normal again.
You're good. That's all I've got for headlines breaking into the weekend normal. I would like to remind you that while I don't agree with everything the president has said or done, obviously because he's Donald fucking Trump, but I do agree with him on one thing. China is not our friend. And quit fucking thinking they are. They're pushing anti-democratic things. They're not our friend. It's that simple. I don't think y'all understand that. While we have to work with them, and we don't get to decide the type of government they have over there because it's not our fucking country. Welcome to the grown-up table here. But the reality is that we also don't have to be friends and bow down to them. This is the one thing about the President Trump. While I didn't agree with the amount of the tariffs, I did agree that we had a trade deficit and it was upside down and Americans were getting fucked. But when you fucked our farmers to put your taxes in for your big corporations, thanks, Mr. President. So there's that too. So anyway, let's move on though, because China pisses me off as well as they're the example for what not to do as a country. They're also the example of what to do as a country. So let that sink in. Hey, if you want ultimate disobedience, you can't have freedom. That's the irony of our country. Our country, our government wants ultimate disobedience, but they also want us to have freedom. You can't have both. Your people are utterly free, and you got to leave them the fuck alone, or there's no such thing as freedom, and we got to do what we're told. There's no middle ground on that for me. You know what I mean? There's not. So I'm like, look, I don't think I should have to listen to and let the government tell me what to do ever. But sometimes I'm like, maybe we should just let them tell you, because that whole mask thing would have worked out a lot better. It worked out better for, how does China become the outbreak epicenter and we have a quarter of the world's deaths while 4% of the world's population? It's insanity. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. The Trainamite is in the building. All right, let's move on though. It's time for Dear Wake and Bake America. I got the lead on this one. So the letter reads, Dear Wake and Bake America, I hear Biden is going to ban AR-15 style weapons. Hold on. Do y'all want to know that I probably know who wrote this? So this was actually sent completely anonymous. So I'm not even sure who sent this, right? But it says, Dear Wake and Bake, I hear Biden is going to ban AR-15 style weapons. What happens if I don't comply? Always a concerned cat busting fool. I like your tag though. I think people are starting to catch on that you got to put a fancy thing there if you're not going to put your name there. You got to put something catchy there. So here's my answer to you, dude. First off, what's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Let me explain to you why. Joe Biden as an individual and Joe Biden as the president, when he's sworn in, does not actually have the power of the pen or the authority to take anything from you. I think what people forget is even the weapons ban that Bill Clinton was able to put in against assault weapons. Remember the assault weapons ban of the 90s? Well, Clinton got it passed. There's a word in there. Passed.
You're right over there, homie.
I'm a little tickle back there. A little tickle.
That's what she said.
Ew. So... Well, it's Friday, so fuck it. So, my answer is nothing. That's what's going to happen to you if you don't comply. Because even when there was an assault weapons ban passed by Congress in the House with Republican and Democrat bipartisan support, so your Republican buddies aren't as innocent as you fucking think. Like you always try to play. Like I love how the Republicans have this corner market on gun laws when they vote to block and ban weapons too all the time. They just don't tell you they did that because they don't want to get hit by the NRA. But what they won't do is say, if you're white, law-abiding, and good, and the NRA likes you, we got your back. Sorry, just want to throw that out there one time. Because gun laws, it's just funny if you look at who lobbies against what gun laws. Why is it like white America's moms lobbying against gun laws, but only in, ready for this? Why are they only lobbying for fucking gun laws in democratically controlled cities? So you're telling me that as long as I live out in the country with your sorry ass, I can have my gun. But the minute I move to the city, you'll go out and lobby against me having a gun. Very interesting. But you're a gun rights advocate though, right? Right? So anyway, nothing is what you have to worry about because once again, this is just a good old-fashioned Republican dog whistle. Dude, listen, there are gaslighting issues out there that both sides use. You want me to give you an example? The right always tells you every time a Democrat gets elected, they're going to take your guns. Yet, for the last 260 fucking years of this country, no one's shown up to a doorstep and took a gun. That's fucking interesting, isn't it?
It's because the gun industry is huge.
Well, and Republicans are paid by the NRA to go out there and say that if you elect a Democrat, they're going to take your guns.
Yep.
It's a dog whistle. Like I said, please tell me in the history, the nearly 260 year history of this country, when the fuck somebody showed up and took your fucking gun? Because you can't. It never happened. It's a dog whistle.
Yeah. Never will happen.
Exactly, because you would need all three chambers of Congress to remove the fucking Second Amendment, dipshit, and then you would need 2/3 of the states to ratify it, motherfucker. So no one can do this. And I'm not talking about you, concerned gun opener. I'm just yelling at the world. I don't mean this personally towards you. I'm just pissed off at people trying to do dog whistles. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, end of the day, it's a dog whistle. No one's going to take your guns. Now, could they put in a weapons ban? Yeah, but they would need everybody to agree on it. And, the last time they did that, the Republicans, they got in a lot of trouble for that. So I don't see that happening. I really don't. But so again, if you didn't, first, here we go. DeCarby 710 says, DeCarbio says, or whatever, DeCarby says, they want to take the AR-15s. There you go with the dog whistle. You're just as big as a fucking idiot as everyone else on the planet that falls for that shit. Like I said, who's they? Because the Democrats aren't putting any legislation in to take your gun. So who's they? It's a dog whistle. The Democrats always promise their base that they're going to get rid of all the violence in the world, and the Republicans always promise their base that they're going to get rid of abortion rights. You want to know why? Because they're both dog whistles for the base. You're basically the fucking joke that keeps falling for the same shit all the time. You can't just take... Joe Biden said it. Yeah. But you're still the idiot if you're falling for it. Joe Biden came out and said, I told my base what I had to tell my base to get elected. I'm not doing anything with guns. He came out and said that. So you have to understand, okay? For instance, so I love when people go, well, Joe Biden said he's going to take your AR-15. Of course he said it, because he knows he can't do it, so it's red meat to his base. You guys don't complain when Donald Trump says he's going to get rid of abortion and actually never gets it done, because he can't. It's red meat for the base. So when you chew on that red meat, America, you have now fallen for the fucking trap. So like I said, you ever noticed how no one's actually showed up and took your guns in the history of America? You ever notice since Roe v. versus Wade went through and was ratified that no one's ever been able to take your abortion rights away completely? You want to know why? Because it's red meat for the base. You're falling for the shit. And the irony is that most of you out there that fall for this shit, I don't have the time to correct you on it. So we just sit back and laugh. I know there's no such thing as an AR-14, but I thought you just mistyped it with AR-15 because I thought you were just fucking up and mistyping. But if you put AR-14 in there, then now I get it. He's trying to be. He's trying to be funny. Shit. Yeah, he's trying to be funny. I get it.
That's hilarious, dude.
I get it. That's a good one. Hey, he got me. I took the bait. He got me. But see, you can't do that in text because I just think you mistyped. There is no AR-14. You know why there's an AR-15? Because the 14th version sucked. Just kidding. That's actually not true.
That's funny.
He said, I love you, bros. We got you. Screw you, man. We took your shit bait and we fell for it. But it is hard for us to know whether you mistype something when you're trying to, type to talk sucks. I'm like, did you mistype it or are you being funny? Apparently you're being funny. So, but like I said, you ever noticed how no abortion ban ever happens, guys? You ever notice how even if they can get an assault weapons ban for them being sold, by the way, most people don't realize that, but the 1996 assault weapons ban was on the sales of assault weapons in the United States, right? So up until that ban went into effect, you could buy assault weapons. And even after the ban went into effect, you were under no legal obligation due to the Second Amendment to actually give the government anything. Anybody who went with the buyback program in the 90s and sold the government back their assault rifle, you're an idiot. You didn't have to do that.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
No, actually, I'm not. Well, because gun rights matter to me a lot. And to sit here, this is just like, only Democrats are pedophiles. No, pedophiles are everywhere. Well, only Republicans are gun owners. No, gun owners are everywhere. But me as a gun owner, I don't want Dave, who's been a fucking psychopath his whole life, to have a gun. I believe in sensible, responsible gun laws and gun rights. I think that restrictions are a good thing when used right. Now, when they're used to racially oppress a group from owning guns, that's a different story. But when they're used to stop bad people from getting guns, I'm telling you right now, I support fucking gun laws. End of it. It's crazy to me. I see people out there, we should just let everybody have guns no matter what they've done in their life. Are you fucking serious? But you are, because you're fucking nuts. Let's move on to our next subject before we take our first break here. Scotty, you have the Weekend Sports Report. What do you got going on?
Yeah, we got breaking into dancing. It's going to be a sport at the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Oh, snap. Breakdancing going to be a sport.
Yeah.
I know I kind of threw a little joke out there because we were making the baby dance last night. And I was like, don't worry about it, little guy. Breakdancing 2024, bro. It's coming. And my son turned around. He's like, wait, what? For real, though, Dad? And I was like, yeah, it's going to be an event. 2024, baby. Real thing.
It's a real thing. Yep. The Olympic Committee approved the breaking provisional sport after an anonymous vote.
Look, I don't mean to be a jerk.
Excuse me.
I don't mean to be a jerk, but standing there and literally physically doing nothing like skeet shooting is considered an Olympic sport, but it takes no true physical capability, strength, stamina, nothing to be a shooter. You just have to be good. Skillfully good, but you don't actually have to be physically an athlete to be a shooter.
Right.
So if you're going to let that in, no offense, because I know somebody from I knew somebody who was an Olympic team shooter, so I know he'd be pissed to hear me dogging out his sport right now. But Dan, hear me out.
Piss somebody
Dan, hear me out, bro. If you can be a shooter in the Olympics and win gold fucking medals, my homie, and you know who you are, my dude. You know who you are. We used to work together for a bank. You know who you are, my dude. If you can go and be 45 pounds over fucking weight and win a gold medal, then why can't breakdancing get in?
I mean, it is a very strenuous type of sport. I mean, you have to.
I'm not trying to piss off Olympic shooters, by the way. Those guys don't miss. Those guys don't miss.
But you have to be very fit and coordinated to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
I can tell you.
You're not going to see Scottie Pippen out there breaking.
I'm telling you, my best abs, shoulders, neck, and back, baby, was probably right around 9th, 10th grade breakdancing time. True story. I used to be one of the people. I used to pop, lock, and drop it a little bit. A little something.
Oh, Lord.
I used to use going out and dancing as part of a workout routine.
Yeah.
Dude, I would come staying fit.
So
I'd come over to the club just sweat dripping at 3 o'clock in the morning like I just got out the gym.
I used to be that girl that used to do Zumba. Remember Zumba?
Oh, yeah. That's like sitting in the club, except, just a smaller group, and you're actually exercising.
Yeah,
I do like Zumba.
Zumba's fun,
and I'm not one of them nasty creeper dudes that sits in the back and tries to look at all the girls' butts. Because I see you, dog. I see you, dog. I see you. No,
he said you lying.
When you know you got ass, you go to the front. I'm up front shaking it yeah, ladies, don't you wish your man Zumba?
That's where you want to be. Yep.
Scotty's like, I Zumba up front.
Zumba.
Scotty's like, do you like the way I wiggle? I feel like if I'd had that beat coming do 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 from that wiggle beat. Yeah. So I'm excited for this. I truly while I don't have a problem with Olympic shooting being a sport, if you're 40 pounds overweight and you can win a gold medal, right on, Dan. I respect your gangsta, Dan. Trust me. If you're 40 pounds overweight and you can win a gold medal, you're in my books, dude. Trust me, that's good. But what I'm saying is if you can be 40 pounds overweight and win a fucking Olympic sport, then something that takes some ounce of physicality, literally, should be involved. This is great for this. Listen, we have all this theatrical gymnastic dance.
Olympics.
All this is gymnastic dance, urban. That's really all it is. If you think about it, it's an urban version of gymnastic dancing. There's flippity, floopity, floppity, flippity, up on this and that and this, and jumping and spinning and tumbling and flooping and flooping. It's no different than anything these girls do in a fucking bathing suit. Let the boys have at it.
I'll tell you this.
And the girl breakdancers, because I'm open-minded.
I think this is going to be great just overall for the Olympics.
Absolutely.
It's going to bring in a younger crowd.
Now, are you ready for this, Scotty? Are you ready for this?
A younger generation that's going to be locked into the Olympics now.
Are you ready for this? I don't believe for 1 second that the Olympic breakdancing sport should be broken down by sex. I think it should be a unilateral sport. Mano y mano. Man or woman, doesn't matter. Because in breakdancing, much like theatrical dance, it doesn't matter who's the biggest, strongest, toughest guy. What matters is, do you have the skill set combined with those other tangibles?
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. They've never done that.
I think the girls and boys should compete equally as equals in break. Like there's some sports guys that the physicality level is just so different that any man that trained equal to any woman in that same sport would naturally be able to outdo her, right? That's the women have to.
This is one
that does not matter.
I agree with you, Trey.
Yeah, this is one that does not matter.
I still don't think they'll do that.
No, I don't. I agree with you. I think they're going to, like they do everything, they're going to split it up. Boys over here, girls over here. And this is the one time you could have a unified competition.
Yeah, right. Well, our world isn't completely ready for that. We all are aware of that.
You know what our world is ready for? A little Root of All Woodworks. When you did a great gift idea this holiday season, check out the Root of All Woodworks on Facebook. He handcrafts and personalizes woodwork gifts from rolling trays to coasters and much, much more. You know what it is. The Root of All Woodworks on Facebook. Glad to be partnering with them. Guys, we got to go to a quick break. Who's this break brought to them by, Cammie?
Everyone loves printing stuff, from your band to your brand, from that kindergarten Picasso to Grandpa's next finger painting coffee cup. Let Sick Teas of Southern Colorado print it on anything for you. We do it all. So visit sicktees.com. Yep. Let's make it memorable at SIKTEEZ.com.
We'll be back after the break.
Some great gift ideas there.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie, Renee, and you're listening to Wake and Bake America Show. You know I bring you the best.
We're smoking.
Apothecary Farms is the premier cannabis dispensary on the Front Range. When you think concentrates in Colorado, you think Apothecary Farms. With locations in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver, it is clear why Apothecary owns the cannabis concentrate game. How do you get your diamonds, shatter, butter sauces, and come on, ambrosia? Just look up Apothecary Farms on Google or Weed Maps. Get the best in concentrates. Don't hesitate to stop at Apothecary Farms.
Good morning, Wake and Bake listeners. This is your guy, Scotty, checking in with you in the morning here, waking and baking with you and getting you started for your day. Have a good one. Everyone loves you, except for Trey.
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Yeah. So short dudes and tall chicks. That's what we were talking about, basically. So, well, and then you have a daughter that's like a 6-footer, and you're like, how the hell did you get that?
And how old is she?
Right? And she's not even out of high school yet. And you're like, how the hell did you get all that? You better sit down before I break you, Shrek. I was playing.
Yeah, but that daughter is...
Oh, my goodness. You can't call her Shrek.
Oh, I do. That's
but that's the one daughter we never have to worry about when it comes to grades either.
Yeah, that's my dream boat. I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're all my hope, girl. You got all the athleticism in the family, all the height. You got straight A's. You're a good kid. Well, A's and B's. You're a good kid. Like, I'm like, you and the 2 middle girls are all my hope. The rest of them, I'm just like, whatever happens to you, it's cool. I'm just playing. All right, so let's get straight to it. I don't know why I got all these stories mixed up. I feel like Cammie got shafted on the stories here.
It's okay. I don't mind.
You sure? You can have my fact or fiction segment if you want it.
No, it's all good.
It's really not that long. It's actually really a short segment, but I'll do it anyway. I get it. You don't. I
say we skip all of these segments and get to opening presents.
He is like a little child. He is such like a little child. He's like, I've never gotten to open a Christmas present 2 weeks early.
Well, you can. There's one thing you can finally thank Blazin' for then.
Hey.
Well, the Christmas party wasn't supposed to be for like 2 more weeks, if y'all want to know the truth. Or no, it was supposed to be next Friday, actually. We had to move it up a week.
COVID happened.
Yeah, we had to move it up a week, because it was supposed to be next Friday. I was debating on making y'all wait till the 23rd, because that's, but whatever. And then I was like, I don't want to wait till the 23rd. Never mind. What am I talking about? That's ludicrous. It's crazy talk.
What am I thinking?
So, it's time for a little bit of fact or fiction. Fiction. Unless you're a ninja karate kung fu master, then fact, you can break this with one punch. Otherwise, no. No, bro. Don't do it. Don't try it. I was reading an article about a martial arts master, just Hi-Ya Karate Master Ninja, and how he punched through. You guys ready for this? He punched through 62 clay targets in a minute for the Guinness Book of World Record.
Wow.
Oh man, those are actually pretty tough. 62 of them?
Yeah, those are like, the pigeons?
Yeah.
And it's not like he could just hit it. He's like, oh, I touched that one, so it counts. No, you have to break it for it to count.
Yeah.
So you got it's like a good, like what I call the hip punch. It's a good whop, 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 whop. That's what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Only he's doing it good and right.
Yeah, with the exact perfect point of contact, because I've seen a gun shoot one of these and just barely nick it and not break it all the way.
Yeah. I've also dropped one of these literally from like my hip level and watch it break in like 3 pieces.
And watch it break.
There is that. It's all
about whatever the point of contact is.
Because there is that. I'm like, I have dropped one of these and watched it break into 3 pieces from like out of my hand. I was like, what in the hell?
And that's why you got to be a karate kung fu master to do this.
You got to hit it just right.
Because it's all about precise.
I think it's about nicking it. I think you just got to nick it in the right spot with a knuckle. You just got to knuckle that thing right in the right spot. I bet that's all it is. So there's always a little science to it. Usually, like those guys over at the sports science books, man, they're good at figuring stuff like that out. Like he's using 1,800 pounds of force per punch.
Yeah, right.
And he's rapidly repeating that through the shoulder muscle action. I love their breakdowns. I'm like, oh wow, this is like really good. Like
with 62% velocity.
I'm like, I'd never let you do that to me. I don't want to know how bad I do this. I will tell you, the last time I was challenged to a true physical contest, like a real physical challenge, I actually didn't do too bad, to be quite frank with you guys. Like, I actually didn't do too bad. I was up with a buddy up at the Rockies Diamondbacks game 1 year, like 5-6 years ago, and we were shooting the breeze and he says, well, I heard you used to be a pretty decent pitcher, bro. And who'd you hear that from? He goes, don't worry about that. Let's go down to the pitching cage and let's see if that's true. And I'm like, I didn't even say I was. Wait a minute. So we went down there and he goes, I'll give you $20 if you can throw one over 50 miles an hour. This is after he tried to throw one and he could only get one up to like 52. And he's not a pitcher. And he was at the time moderately overweight, he hadn't kept himself up, And, but yeah, we went down there and, I threw a couple of 65 miler warm ups and then I threw one out there at 72 and I was like, that's all I got. I think if I tried harder, I'd probably throw my shoulder out. Let's go. And he was like, bro, you were 2 miles short of the thing to win. He's like, wait a minute. And I was like, if you got mustard, bro, you'll always have a little mustard left in the tank. It's why I can still whip footballs at my kids for fun, because if you had it, you had it.
Even though he hurts after.
Right.
No.
I'm going to call you out on that.
Afterwards, when I can't move my damn arm or sleep for 2 nights, yeah, I do feel kind of stupid. But in the moment, Scotty, when you're still a better athlete than your kids, it feels good, okay? Let me tell you. You don't feel that shoulder until after the game.
So worth it for that moment.
Right? Like one of my kids was like, you can't hit me in stride on the run 60 yards. I was like, go. I didn't even answer him. I was just like, go. So anyway, but this dude is impressive. Like I said, you got to be a ninja kung fu karate master to do this. Otherwise, this is fiction. Not just any person can do this, obviously. Let's go to Scotty with the lead on Well Damn, That's a Headline. Paramedics in the case of dead woman alive that we covered a while back.
Yeah.
Are what now? They're allowed to what?
So, yeah, if you don't remember, we did cover a case.
I was wondering if you guys Halloween. I was wondering if you guys remembered this lady from Detroit.
Yep. Where the coroner is the one that found out that she's alive. Well, the 2 paramedics lost their license. They got their license taken away, right?
Obviously, if you drop a live
people
person,
are dead when they're still alive.
Yeah, dropping alive people off at the morgue and saying they're dead is not okay. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't be a licensed fool in your job.
That seems like a good reason for a paramedic to lose their license.
I feel like that was like question 1 on the test. Tell me if this person's dead or alive. Like that was question 1 on the test of paramedicing.
If it's not, it should be.
Yes.
100%. So Michigan authorities have agreed to reinstate the license of 2 suburban Detroit paramedics if they pass a national exam. This after a young woman declared dead on their watch was discovered alive at a funeral home.
I remember the story. I'm just like, wow. I mean, and you can work.
You
That's
can't
wild.
write it no better than that right there.
That's still wild to me that she was found alive at the funeral home. Like,
you should have to be like the police.
She's no longer in the hands of medical personnel.
You should have to at least move like
she's
states to
still
work
alive.
again or something. You should not be able to be licensed in the state the incident happened either way.
If that was you have to think of it this
Yeah,
way.
that's crazy.
If that was my family member, can you imagine?
No,
Like-
because you shouldn't. That should never happen.
You're mourning, and then
well,
all
they do
of a
have to
sudden,
fulfill other requirements as well, including reading a book about how to deal with families and writing a 3-page essay about what they had learned.
What is this,
from the
juvenile?
situation.
Is this fucking juvie court? What the fuck?
what in the
Right, these are
world?
adults.
All
or
right,
what?
Tommy, when you come back, tell me why it's a really bad idea to drop dead
No,
alive
what
people
they
off at the
should have
morgue
made
dead.
them do is pay a fine to the family, because
Well, see, now, back to those liability protections that I went ape shit about earlier in the show for corporations. But
Yeah.
anyway,
yeah, still, I don't know.
What I didn't think about is the conditions she's in now because she was deprived of oxygen
Well,
for
yeah.
that long.
bro, seriously.
That's
So
just, I mean,
sad.
you can't come back from that. And that's sad that this person, will be damaged for the rest of their lives.
Like
And
brain damage,
there's
special
no
needs.
coming back from that. And these two paramedics, they got to write a 3-page essay and pass an exam that they've already passed before. And they get to go about life as if nothing is different.
I don't know, man.
That's
This
I
is
don't know.
sad.
And all in all, a doctor over the phone, by the way, declared her dead to the paramedics, just so y'all know how that works out in Detroit. Like, how can you not be on scene and declare someone dead? First off, you shouldn't have to be a doctor to declare someone dead, to be honest with you, because you don't have to be any other time. Declaring someone dead means you cannot find a pulse or revive them. That's all.
What would make you feel comfortable enough to declare somebody dead that you haven't checked their pulse at the very minimum?
I've declared someone
That is
dead.
crazy.
But I also had a certified nurse no, seriously. I had a certified nurse right there with me when I declared them dead. So they were doing chest compressions, and it was very quiet actually in the room. Like no one was talking. Everybody was working, myself included. Because it was at an at-home, in-home, die-at-home, in-home situation. Like you're gonna die, so go home and die. Basically, was the situation to get to the short end of it. But anyway, the nurse was doing chest compressions while I was checking for a pulse, and then the nurse stopped doing chest compressions, checked for a pulse. I checked for a pulse. They rechecked for a pulse, and then he looked at his watch. I looked at my watch, and then I said the time, and he said the time to confirm, and then we declared my family member dead.
And y'all did not feel comfortable announcing that until you checked
We
again.
both checked like 3 times, man, before we would declare them.
Yeah.
And we waited too. Like
That's
we
crazy.
waited because sometimes people will like take a breath and then not take a breath literally for like 2 minutes straight. And that's the body fighting to stay alive. So we waited. It was what might have felt like forever to someone when they say that, to be honest with you, not to get all somber
felt
and
like
shit,
forever.
but it was not cool. I would not want to do that again. I'll say that much. But much like the grown up in the room, I tend to have to always be, in a sense. Well, no matter how childish I'm being about something, a lot of the times in my life, I've still had to be the grown up in the room. Somebody got to do the deed, and it is what it is. And I don't ever feel like I can be the one that can have their moment of meltdown at that moment. I'll have to melt down later when no one's around. I will be
Right.
I just compartmentalize the drama and the nonsense and just do what needs to be done.
Yep.
So
I hear you there.
now that Scotty ruined our Friday show, no, I'm just playing.
Just for the time being.
But no, seriously, you didn't ruin anything. I'm just giving you a hard time, by the way. It's just, it's like I said, it's not something I'd want to do again, though, per se, But yeah.
Right. Well, apparently these two want to do it again. They're going to go through.
Horrible segue, by the way,
this.
but good, well struck, but terrible segue. You're a horrible
I'm just
person.
saying, apparently these two want to do it again. I mean, hopefully they don't make the same mistake twice, right?
Right.
Just don't make the same mistake, please.
So let's do this. Let's take a quick short break, commercial, and we'll be back.
It's
Smoked Out Sessions.
All the time.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie Renee from Wake and Bake America Show. Stay tuned for the Stump the Stoner where I make these guys look stupid. I mean, it ain't that hard anyways.
Hey, Southern Colorado, when it comes to getting your shirts made and printed and also designs on other products you want,
Sick Tees.
Southern Colorado has the premier shirt maker and designer. That's right, it's sicktees.com. Tell them.
Sick Tees.
And where can you find?
SickTees.com.
At sicktees.com. That's SIKTEEZ.com.
SickTees.com.
Your mom
Sick Tees.
has proudly sponsored Wake and Bake America for 4 seasons. Are you a business owner and want to highlight your business? Call 727-318-2956. Let's highlight your business and captivate Southern Colorado's largest group of spenders. They're active consumers looking for your services. To advertise with Wake and Bake America on Blazin' 98.5, that's right, your morning show, call 727-318-2956 or email us at bakeamerica@gmail.com. Advertise with your morning show because it's simple, smart business, and it works. 727-318-2956, and let's start your ad campaign today.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Bubba Sparks. If you didn't know prior to this moment, you better know for sure. Anytime I'm rolling through Colorado Springs, I'm checking out Wake and Bake America. How could you not be listening to Wake and Bake? Holding it down with Cammie, Renee, and Mr. Trey all the way. Twice on Sunday. Y'all probably ain't on Sunday, but it's all good. y'all should be.
Copy written, so don't copy me.
Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a butt.
I've been saying this for how long now?
I can't step outside
He
naked.
jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to do the hump and sunset.
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it, and it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, my nigga.
You used to listen to FM, but they pay the same old
Good morning, America.
wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
You need to clean your bong?
Yeah, it's dirty.
I know all we came
It's a
into
dirty
was
bong.
like a Bob Marley beat with the background saying, "It's murder," and Scotty coughing, though. That was gangsta. And we didn't even do it on purpose. If that ain't gangsta on a Friday, then nothing is. So it is time, guys, for our next subject brought to you by Apothecary Farms. Cammie, tell them about the farm. Down on the farm. Down.
Did you know Apothecary Farm extracts are the leader in concentrates? Yep, Apothecary Farm's products and extracts are also available and sold in hundreds of locations in Colorado and Oklahoma. So stop by Apothecary Farms in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver, or ask your favorite spot where the Apothecary Farms is on your next visit.
Yes, son. So don't forget, coming up later in the show, comments from the fans. If you have a comment for the show or you want to tell us something, 719-299-0428, right? Did I get it right? Where's that? I forgot our phone number. 0428. Perfect. I'm perfect. Okay. So 719-299-0428. And of course, you can email us info@wakethelletterinbakeamericashow.com. You can also inquire about how to become a partner with the show. Highly affordable for a great experience. I hear Scotty, but people are saying they don't hear Scotty. I would back out and go back in then if you can't hear Scotty, because we can hear Scotty, which means Scotty's audio is going over the internet. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I couldn't hear you and
right
they
here.
couldn't hear you, I'd be worried. So it's time for our next subject. Friday fact of the week. Facts are It's not bizarre. Bizarre is not the way you want your pregnancy described by your friends and the people of the internets. What do you got, Cammie?
So, people are on Reddit are going ham over this pregnancy announcement that this lady posted, this picture.
For my upper to rich class folks, going ham in the hood means harder than a motherfucker.
Hard to the paint.
Actually, it means hard as a motherfucker.
Exactly.
So the picture shows
that means they went all in.
Little girl. She's probably only about 1 year old, maybe a little bit older than that. And she's sitting on the kitchen counter with all kinds of cute little baking stuff and everything. And then there's a sign, and she's wearing a little shirt that says Big Sister. And then there's a little sign next to it that says recipe for a new baby. And it's, when you first look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute as an announcement, you know?
Right.
So it says on the recipe sign, 1 cup of kisses. 2 cups of hugs. And then 3 cups of see you next Tuesday. Bake until June 2021.
You know what? No, it's not see you next Tuesday. It's 3 cups of cum.
That's what it is,
because
it's only 3 letters.
I just found
3
it.
letters.
Well, because they blurred it out, so we had to go figure out what it said.
Yeah, and they won't even say it in the article. They put the little star asterisks.
Okay, so you'll put cunt in an article, but you won't put cum.
No, neither of the words are on there.
No, but I just know this.
Gross.
But I just know this. Yeah,
gross, Trey. It's gross.
Yeah, so
it is Europe where they have some decency laws. They actually have decency laws in Europe. Seriously. They do. You have to blur stupidest stuff out sometimes.
People were freaking out, well, and me personally, I think this is absolutely disgusting as well as a woman. And to have a sign like that says something like that next to your child, like, I'm sorry, that is not okay. And honestly, if DHS or something like that were to be called,
no,
I mean,
there would be nothing that would happen. I'm dead serious. There's nothing you can do about that.
That's terrible.
At least not in this country, all jokes aside. I don't know about other countries, but all jokes aside, to be fair, in this country, I don't think so.
Yeah. So
that freedom of speech is real. Freedom of expression is real.
So people had a lot of things to say about this.
Oh, I bet. Do tell, Cammie.
One poster, the person who posted it said, thought this was cute until I got to the last ingredient. Oh, this is someone that reposted it. And then another person said, what are you doing? Well, a third added Puketronic.
Don't you use Pentronic like that? It's not cool, dude. They're a great band.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like, I don't know. This is just...
It seems like somebody. Here's the deal: is when you do comedy, I'm gonna give you the real deal on it. Okay, when you do comedy, you have one of two choices, or one of two results in comedy. You either get the or you get the and there's no middle ground. Okay.
Yeah, true.
So this is definitely somebody who thought they were funny, swing and a missed.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it would have been funny if it was, like, the parents, but I have a real issue with having that child sitting next to that sign. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do. That's just not okay.
It just seems a bit to me inappropriate. I'm just going to go with it and call it what it should be called. It just seems inappropriate.
It's trashy. I'm sorry.
You don't want to associate, like, basically, like straight in the bedroom sex words with...
Yeah.
With kids, it just seems so inappropriate to me. Like, it doesn't seem right at all. Like I said, I think you thought you were funny, but bitch, you thought wrong.
And I've seen signs like this before. The last ingredient is actually supposed to say 3 cups of cute, but they decided to.
Yeah, they just dropped
mess it up.
Yeah. So guys, let's go with since it's Bad Parent Friday. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord.
Let's continue this psychopathic circle of Bad Parent Friday with the Weekly My Ninja Award. And the Weekly My Ninja goes to a mom who tattooed her toddler, Scotty. What?
Yeah, so
Hold on, wait. You know what Little John would say about this story? You know what Little John would say? What?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done.
Well, listen, Little John.
Little Trey.
This mom of twins is being slammed after tattooing one of them so she could tell them apart.
Oh, shit.
Of course, she took to Reddit.
Which is where you want to go if you absolutely want
Reddit.
If you want people to agree with you, Reddit is absolutely not the place to go. Like, seriously.
And she's asking users whether she was in the wrong for tattooing one of her little boys so that she could tell them apart after her mother-in-law lost her shit.
Yes.
Like, literally just
you
lost her
should not
shit.
be doing that. And it's for it has to do with the sanitary and, thing, that child's skin. When a child is a baby, little baby, like, their skin is so sensitive and so, like, delicate. That's why they have, like, a soft spot on their heads, things of that nature.
So let me tell you a little bit more, because there's a little bit more behind the story. Two twins, one of them has a medical condition that has to have injections weekly, and apparently one of these weekly injections, she accidentally injected the wrong kid.
Oh, snap.
Called 911. Luckily, it was a slow-acting medication, so there was no harm to the child or anything.
They could counteract it with something before it got going.
I'm sorry, there's no excuse for doing that. She could have put one of the little health...
That's what a lot of people are saying.
The health wristband on that child so she knew which child was which. It's that simple.
It's a great idea. Yeah, there's a ton of different ideas than tattooing one of them, but this lady decided to tattoo one of them. That way she never made that mistake again. And as Cammie would and her mother-in-law, they went ape shit on her about it. The internet just did not like it at all.
So here's what you got, though. It's not like she gave him like Mike Tyson's face tattoo. First off, folks, don't get it twisted. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about this, it's definitely not Mike Tyson warrior face tattoo bad. Okay, I promise. It is a freckle size tattoo, no bigger than the end of a pencil eraser, and it's on an area of the skin that's easily seen while the child is under and it was done while the child was under a mild sedation, similar to a dental office. Now, I'm going to tell you guys. Okay,
I don't care. It's still not right.
They did say that when the babies have developed more personal features, it will begin to fade. So it's not. It's like, well, I mean, my tattoos will fade too. I got to get them touched up. So I mean, you ain't telling me nothing. Yeah. So here's the thing: is I'm compelled to understand where you came from, but I still can't co-sign this shit.
Me personally.
I think you could have done something else.
Tattooing none of my kids.
You could have given like a bracelet, like you're allergic to bees bracelet, you know?
Right.
Get that full gold chain.
If you can't figure it out, something, right? You can't figure it out
all
somehow.
Gold all over his neck.
Like, I know it sounds weird. Maybe cut the child's hair off.
Separate haircuts, something.
You got a bald-headed kid.
Give him a little buzzy.
I don't know. Something seems like it would be better than.
I think you should just like
setting them down with a tattoo artist.
Why don't you just put an X on the bottom of his foot with a Sharpie? That'll last at least 4 days.
That's what I was about to say. Is you can do that. You can use like a Sharpie.
I got Toy Story just right on the bottom of the toy, Andy.
That's you being a lazy mom and not checking, those kind of things. I'm sorry, in my opinion,
Like I said, I'm trying to be more understanding in the future of me for my own personal good anyway. But so I'm trying to see.
I just know that
from somebody else's side.
Is tough.
That's all I'm see. I think
parenting is tough.
I'm more compelled to understand her dilemma because parenting's fucking hard, dude. Like it's like sometimes it's just I think there's no easy answer. And listen, if she gave this kid like a tattoo of Mickey Mouse on his butt cheek, I'd be like, what the man? But she really tattooed like basically like a freckle, like a birthmark freckle. And while I'm not condoning or even co-signing it, I'm simply saying as a parent who's had to deal with some wild shit, let me tell you, as a parent, I just am compelled to understand her dilemma where she almost fucking killed one of her kids, guys. Like, come on, man. Like, at least you don't have to agree with what she did. I'm telling you don't have to agree with it. But please have the heart to understand that she literally almost fucking killed one of her kids injecting the wrong one. What is she supposed to do? Forever dress them separately and all that, and then still try not to mix them up?
So let's just harm him more, though.
But hold on. But harm him more
could be.
I mean, that's a
possibility.
So yes.
You know I'm right.
But,
no, because there's no easy fucking answer. That's the problem.
She didn't end up harming him.
You're right.
I tell you what.
I'm telling you, parenting's hard. It's like governing. It's hard. It's not easy.
It isn't easy. It really isn't.
It's not.
I'm going to put this one up on our Facebook.
Ask it, Scotty. Put it in a question format. We want to know.
Through there.
Hey, will you get me these comments? Oh wait, this is the last show for our winter break. Okay, just tell me what the comments are because I deleted Facebook off my phone. I just want to know what they are. Because I just want to know what people think. I genuinely, I'm not in it to debate or argue with anybody. Just screenshot the comments so I can talk to Cammie about them when we get a few. I want to see what people think. You're more than welcome to get into debate because I think you're like me where you're like, look, I get where this poor woman is coming from. At the same time, I know Josh and Jeremy are my son's uncles. They're the twins that I grew up around the most. The set of twins I grew up around the most, right? Because they were with the lady I was with at a young age. But anyway, long story short, though, that's my oldest boy's uncles, right? And I'm still to this day not sure if they hadn't been mixed up once or twice. But I also look at it like this. You know, if you just remember, if you mix up your twins on an even amount of times, you're going to get them back right to normal anyway.
Hey.
I mean, am I wrong?
Hey, Mikey's on my live.
He was just on mine. I was going to say hi to him, but we were talking about that. What's up, Mikey? Buddy? Bro, if you ever need a good AR build, you get a hold of Mikey. His name's Sean on here. Sean.Onders. You get a hold of him if you ever need a good AR build, Scotty. Just saying. Good price.
Yes, sir.
Will built by a Smithin of the Weaponeth class. See, I would like to be a knife forger, just for the record. Like, I love to shoot guns. I built one, so it was fun, and I built another one just because it's fun. But to be a full-out smith, boring out rifles and all that, nah, that's not me. Now, knife blade, metalworking, bro, my dad's a metal worker, bro. Like, my dad's a steam fitter, pipe fitter, trained welder. I love messing with metal, man. I would love to learn how to forge. I think that would be amazingly fun. I've worked in a place that had to forge metals together. I didn't work on the forge side. I just worked on the welding side, but it was cool to watch what they did. Big old giant hammer the size of like Nebraska that'll like crush a car, just pounding metal together. It's super cool, man.
Okay, enough about guns.
No, that wasn't about guns. That was actually about knives. Ha!
Well, any of it.
So.
You're ridiculous.
He's a child. That's what he is.
He's a child. Thanks. All right, well, I'll tell you guys what. I am basically a toddler, just for the record. But we should probably take a quick break, grab a little coffee, go pee if you need to go pee. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get a commercial in the middle of this, slide one in. If you're listening to the show, though, you really could just throw your Bluetooth on or take us right to the bathroom with you.
Ew.
I mean,
I don't want to think about
we
that.
We can't stop you at this point, and I think you know that. It's a lot like the government thinking they can stop us, but when they know they can't. You ever notice how the government never sends the military in to enforce anything? It's because they know that won't even work.
See, this is why I miss Mikey or Sean. He just said true. He agrees with me that you're a toddler.
Shut up, Mikey. You're like,
I miss you being on my side in this
you're
house.
You're like 8 years old, bro. Be
Whatever.
quiet.
No, he's not.
All right, so let's do this. Excuse me. Whew. Good weed. We got to take a quick break. This break brought to you by Copperhead Road Bar, because when things get back to normal, you're going to need a night out. Hell, you might need 20 or 30 nights out. So remember the fine folks at Copperhead Road Bar at 3330 North Academy Boulevard in Colorado Springs. We're going to get back to what we do the best. Best drink specials, best DJs, and best weekends out. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get down on some two-step.
You said fight me.
Hey, I got 2 sets of gloves, you little shit. It's like your little brother saying fight you. You're like, okay, where are the gloves? Fuck this. All right, so we'll be back after the break. I almost was ready to start the next subject. Oops. Smoke another one, Jay. Best morning show ever.
Hey, what's going on? It's the Hungry Hustling American Dream Afro Man. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready to get turned up, lit, and whatever it is, or even boot, scoot, and boogie? Then you need to come down to Copperhead Road every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and hang out with your boy and the Wake and Bake America crew. Ladies night, we got you. Friday night, come on, we got you. Saturday night, don't miss the all-ages party at every weekend, a half a block south of North Carefree on Academy. That's right, come hang out with the Wake and Bake America crew. Your boy, Mr. Trey on the ones and twos. We got hip-hop, we got country. Why go anywhere else when it's all at one spot? That's right, Copperhead Road.
That Copperhead Road.
Look, the recipe for success is pretty practical. You lead a little wake, you sprinkle in a little bake. You grab some coffee, and we get you out the door the right way for show. It's Wake and Bake America weekday mornings. Good morning, America. That's right.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Good morning, America. Happy holidays, America. Don't forget, this is actually, again, to give you guys a little bit of the timeline of the show, for those of you that just don't download the show to show us love, but actually listen to it, because I love both of you either way. But here's some info on the show. We are doing our Christmas special. It will air December 23rd. We have to get up early that Wednesday morning. But December 23rd, we're going to do a Christmas special, the Wake and Bake America show, Christmas special. I'm debating on setting this up in the kitchen, but I don't have a mic I can clip to my shoulder, where I can move around. I did that one year. It was great. It was awesome. It was really fun. I cooked in the kitchen during the entire 2 hours broadcast. We're not doing a 2 hour, by the way.
You are such a girl.
It was so fun. Shut up, man. My kids called into that holiday special because I was in Florida doing that one. They called in and talked to me on the phone. It was so great. I try not to cry on live TV.
Aw.
It was awesome though. I had fun. I always try to do something big for the holidays with everybody because I'm not a big religious person. I'm very much internally spiritually religious. I talk to my higher being, power, world, universe all the time actually. Trust me, I'll be cussing that motherfucker out hey, why the fuck you do me like that? I'm not really seeing your motive here, universe. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have a very interpersonal cussing relationship with my higher power. My higher power goes show up and just be like, look, motherfucker, I said you got to do this. Because I talk to him I think my higher power is going to come and talk to me like Samuel L. Jackson. What? That's normal, right? No? Yeah, I tried. So
it's a little off, but it's okay. Man.
You're a little off, actually. Thanks. That's what friends are for, to be honest with you. Shout out to Mad Rob and the Sick Print crew out there at sicktees.com. As a matter of fact, hey, great time to give them a quick commercial shout out, Kemi. This next, we're about to do comments from fans of the show, hashtag from fans of the show, and tag Wake and Bake America. But Kemi, it's brought to them by our homies over where?
Everyone loves printing stuff, from your band to your brand, from that kindergarten Picasso to Grandpa's next finger painting coffee cup. Let Sick Tees of Southern Colorado print it on anything for you. We'll do it all, so visit sicktees.com. Let's make it memorable at SIKTEEZ.com.
You know what we need? We need a Sick Tees logo on the Sick Tees weed leaf logo on one side, and then the Wake and Bake logo on the other side. And then
they truly have been with us almost
they have been with us. You guys,
time.
Rob, you get me mugs with the squad's name on them, just the four of us, Podcast P, Cammy I. Get with me, dude. We should do this because we'd love to have mugs that we can drink our coffee on the morning show with, that we can, when we flip it around, it's your logo. You know what I mean? So that when we read your commercial, I'll be like this with the 6T's logo. We'll straight whore your brand out like that, bro. I'm all with it.
100%.
I'm your whore. Whatever you need. I'm a brand whore. So, not a whore, just a brand whore.
Oh my God.
So, we should really do that. I would love that to be, let's figure it out before the start of next season. Remember, we're going on break anyway, homie, till January 4th, except for a couple specials. So we'll work it out. Shout out to Mad Rob and the Sick Tees print crew down there. In Juelitos, down there in the world's best chilies, I say.
Okay.
Screw you, Hatch, New Mexico. No,
what do you have?
Yours are really good too, though.
What do you have from the fans?
Okay, so let's go through some of these from the fans on the show. Comments from the fans. So, Cammy, first comment. This is from Jesse in New Mexico. Cammy is the best host ever. Scott, that's why she wanted us to get to this. You catch that? You catch that? Cammy is the best host ever. Scotty is funny. True. Trey, he is okay.
True.
JK, glad you're not leaving for good, Jesse, New Mexico. Our next listener comment, I'm glad y'all are still going to be on. I didn't listen to you on the radio in London anyway. Chrissy, London, UK.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, actually. Mr. Trey, if we ever get to meet in South Spain, I'll invite you to go fishing for red tuna.
Ooh,
Hasta Salispio. Bro, I am in, doggy. You already know there's no knowing that. You said Spain, fish, and a homie on a boat. I'm in. So that's my dream life is just to sail around the world and fish with homies. I mean, seriously. Last listener comment that's coming this week. Thanks, guys, for showing me and the new album, Love, Scene-Loc, Colorado Springs. That's actually a guy that I've DJ'd many a shows that he's been on the ticket.
Awesome.
I've done many a shows that he's been on the ticket. And you guys know that me and Little Flip used to team up all the time and do concerts for like over 10 years. And Scene-Loc has done many of those Little Flip get-togethers that we've done. He's absolutely a crazy little short SOB. And he's crazy. And all, you guys ready for this? This is why he has me like in my heart, man. All his music videos, he always has his weenie dog in them.
Aww.
Yep. And his little girl weenie dog is always like decked out in like little gold hoodies and shit. It's so fucking cool. I'm serious. It's so fucking cool. I'll have to send you guys his new video.
Have cute Christmas shirts. My dogs there say, I ate Santa's cookies.
Let me see my little buddies.
Yeah, our dogs wear these matching shirts on Christmas morning. How cute is that,
I
right?
want to show too.
That's hilarious.
How cute is that, right?
That is hilarious.
So check this out. That was all of our comments for this week. If you want to send your comment in, you can always inbox us on the Facebook page. Scotty will get those to me while I'm in Facebook jail. You can also, I get out the pin in like 3 more weeks.
You're so stupid.
So, the Facebook pin, that is. So, send your comments in through Facebook, Instagram, any of us. If you get comments, guys, remember, send those to me in text so I can, or email it to me. If you get comments like that, email them over to me so I can just copy and paste them right into the programming for every Friday. I want to do this every Friday because we used to just kind of do this as they fell in, but I kind of want to take a minute to recognize not only our listeners, but give them an opportunity to, to be highlighted on our show instead of just randomly, we just throw it out there. You know what I mean? By the way,
right.
Just loyal listeners, we see all the time, like Jacques out in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Dave up in Canada. We got Eric Waters, Paul down in Whitefield, that I go fishing with and hope to one day be able to go hunting with. Absolutely love the show, guys, and love us and always with the show. And for everybody that I didn't mention, trust me, you're going to get a shout out on this show going forward. It's just we're heading into Christmas break, and I totally forgot. I'm high, man. I'm high, man. So let's wrap up the show here.
All right, Scotty, are you ready?
It's time for Scotty. Scotty's like a little kid. He's been waiting.
He's been asking this whole show.
Did you like how I typed that bag of quarters to your present?
Look, yeah, I hadn't taken it off.
Because I typed it. I did that on purpose. I taped it on there so you couldn't.
Yeah, because it's gonna rip soon as I take it off.
I did that on purpose. Yeah, I taped quarters to there. I was supposed to give him that for worms he brought me to the lake. Says thanks for the worms.
Yeah, I read something about worms. Yeah.
All right, so open your present.
Very successful. Very successful. Little.
That was a fun little fishing derby.
Oh yeah.
Which I won, by the way.
Me this time. That time.
Came back from down 2 fish to take it by 1.
So is this really the top?
Does it say top? Then yeah, don't open the bottom.
It says top.
Yeah, it's like a progressive present. Like you got to kind of dig your way through it. That's why I want you to open it up from a certain angle. I did tape the shit out of that, by the way. You might want to have a knife or something. I probably should have warned you. Did you just Hulk that open?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Oh Jesus criminy!
Ooh, some shatter batter.
I had to hook you up. I hooked everybody up.
Some Ruby.
Hooked you up with some trinkets.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, she's a famous person, bro.
Oh, yeah. 1 hood bag of weed, man. Oh, wow. There's a bunch of stuff in here.
Some goodies.
Okay. Some wacky tacky.
There's even something in there for your wife.
Oh. It just keeps... Look, there's more wacky tacky.
Oh, yeah. That's for your blunts. Stop licking your blunts. It's not healthy.
That way I don't have to lick my blunts. I like it.
It's not safe.
I like it. Oh, the green apple. The wife loves green apple, so...
Right on. You might want to give that one to her.
A CD?
That is like sexy girl music for your wife.
Okay.
We got to meet her. She's a really nice girl.
Over there. Goodness, it just keeps coming.
There's more junk in there.
More.
It's like I felt like I had to give you like a stocking stuffer. Oh, those are collectible. They don't make those anymore. And I'm out now. I'm out actually.
Oh, snap. They ain't even going to come out of the bag. Oh, snappy.
Mine will, but they're going to go on my collectible pin hat, though. I have like a weed hat that has all kinds of collectible weed pens. What is it?
From the Mile High City.
From the Mile High City.
From the Mile High City. We got number 19. Scotty Pippen. That's dope, guys. Thank you.
You joined the show in last year, 2019, or at the end of 2019, when all the Rona stuff started, and so that's when you auditioned. So we had to get you to 2019.
That is dope, guys. Thanks.
I didn't want to put 2020 on a jersey for anyone. Just seemed like wrong. No, I'm just playing. No, Scotty auditioned for the show back in 2019, and then was brought onto the show at the beginning of 2020 in January. And and I don't know why, but bro, it felt like you were here last football season. But I think it's because you were here during the Super Bowl and the playoffs. Is why it feels
probably
that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, so there's some fun stuff for you. I'm glad you like it. Let's go to Cammy next. Cammy next. Hold on.
You guys might as well open them both at the same time.
Oh, that means they're kind of alike. I know that trick.
If you couldn't feel by the weight.
Oh, it smells good. I smell something yummy.
That's good. That means you do not have the corona.
You can smell and taste. You're starting the day off right.
Ooh,
there's chocolate or something. Food. There's food.
Food.
Yum. We got the Christmas trail mix.
Edibles. Merry edibles.
Yes. So.
Oh, these
are.
So
you gotta make sure you read it because a batch of it is edible and a batch of it is regular.
Regular.
Okay. Good to know. By the way, thank you.
Edible.
Yeah.
5 to 10 milligram per cookie. Ooh.
What's in this jar that you should probably not tip upside down?
That is that syrup that you wanted to try.
It's the
I gave you
juice.
about what a dose is, but man, that stuff takes a little bit. You got to be careful, man. You got to wait like 4 hours for that stuff.
Oh, it's creeper level
to kick in. Oh yeah.
I love food. You know I love food.
Aw, I hear your baby.
I'm a fat man in a little man's body. There's a fact there.
She just woke up. Say hi.
I love edibles.
Say hi.
Hi, Lydia.
Even more. It just keeps giving and giving.
Lydia.
Holy cow. Yum. More
Look
edibles.
what I got.
Lots and lots of edibles and yumminess. I'm happy.
I'm up in here like.
I know.
Look at that.
Wow. Thank you, Scotty. Tell your wife I said thank you also.
Yeah, it's been a long-standing tradition of this show that everybody gets a personalized jersey from the boss man. And so we had to make sure, because you came right after Christmas, which sucked, because I was like, oh, man, you know. So, but anyway, so it's like once you get a personalized jersey from the old man, it's official. It's official. No, I'm just playing. You've been official. So, Mary Hoppy, did you like how I wrote our names on the snowman?
Yeah, I also noticed you doodled on the paper. I meant to show that, but I was so excited about opening the gift that it just got ripped. It got tore up. You know, hey, it happens. That's part of Christmas.
It's the season of giving, baby. So, other than that, we got to get out of here for the day, guys. Scotty Pippen, of course, I'll talk to you all the time, but I will see you. We will see each other again, guys, on the 23rd. Then we have another show a week later for the end of the year special, which is always fun because we talk about like the biggest news events, the biggest things. Obviously, Corona will be a highly topic, a highly gauged topic because obviously you can't say 2020 without the word coronavirus, which sucks actually.
Right.
We'll pay tribute to, by then, the probably more than 300,000 people that have lost their lives, maybe close to 325,000 that it'll be by then. And it doesn't seem like a whole lot of ends in sight. I will tell you guys this, though. I've been tracking the news, and I couldn't break the news today because it didn't happen, but we're close. From the FDA approving emergency authorization and finalizing all the approval. I thought it was going to come late yesterday and we'd be able to talk about it this morning, but it didn't happen. I think it's going to come late sometime today and give everybody time over the weekend for the shipment and injections to begin. I think this could be actually more even, I think this could work out propagandally for the White House, also the Biden administration and the government at a whole, because they'll be able to get things moving over the weekend and have a lot of good things that you'll have radio hosts like us talking good things about should everything start to go good. Watch out though, because as people get these, you're going to start to find out more allergic reactions. It's not going to be for everybody, just like no vaccine is.
Yeah.
Right.
Follow the CDC guidelines, guys. They already said if you're under 16, you shouldn't get this vaccine because they haven't given in the trials, no one under 16 got this vaccine. So you'll be the guinea pig. Let's do this though. Let's get out of here, homies. Have a great break, guys. We'll have some fun. We'll get back a couple times. Be safe. Have a good holiday. We'll talk on the 23rd. Yeah.
Yep.
We stay blazing.
All the time. Every day.
All the time.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Bubba Sparks. If you didn't know prior to this moment, you better know for sure. Anytime I'm rolling through Colorado Springs, I'm checking out Wake and Bake America. How could you not be listening to Wake and Bake? Holding it down with Cammy, Renee, and Mr. Trey. All the way, twice on Sunday. Y'all probably ain't on Sunday, but it's all good. Y'all should be.
Copy written, so don't copy me.